Welcome to PowerNation Daily. Got a good show today on deck. The top 7 bangs for your bucks in the horsepower department. I'll explain what that means. A street legal little Tikes car. Yeah, I'm not making that up. Drivers are accused of hitting motorcyclists on purpose. Consumer Reports gets cold feet about the Tesla and its top 5 fastest fails. You better buckle up and hold on tight. This is PowerNation Daily, and it all starts right now. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Gannon Pritchard. If you're catching up from last week, we did the power play between the Z28 Camaro and the GT350R Mustang, and we left it up to you to tell us who you thought the winner was. We had a ton of comments. We had a lot of comments. And the winner is, according to you guys, the Ford GT350R. I guess you guys really believe that that car is better on the track. Personally, I like the look of the Camaro better, but the horsepower and all the performance that goes into that Mustang, it speaks volumes. So the winner was the Mustang. Let's jump into the show, shall we? When it comes to muscle cars and trucks, we all know which vehicles pack the most horsepower. This one is a little bit different. Over at Autoblog, they've put together a database of what you're paying for per horsepower. So we're gonna go through the list of the top 7 vehicles that you get the most bang for your buck in the horsepower department in terms of cost per horsepower. In less than the 100 horsepower category, the top dog is the 84 horsepower Chevy Spark. The Spark costs $12,200 and it brings in a whopping $146 per horsepower. From the 100 to 200 horsepower range, the winner is a 2.5 liter Chevy Colorado. The 4-cylinder Colorado packs 200 horsepower and costs you about 20 grand, bringing the horsepower to $100 per horsepower. From 201 to 300 horsepower range, the winner is, get this, the Dodge Grand Caravan. Yeah, minivan action. The minivan makes 283 horsepower and it costs you $75 per horsepower, which is pretty good. From 301 to 400 horsepower range, the 3.6 liter Chevy Camaro. The 3.6 makes 323 horsepower. It costs $23,000. It brings you to about $73 per horsepower. From 401 to 500 horsepower range, the Ford Mustang GT puts out 435 horsepower. It costs you $32,000 and it costs you $73 per horsepower. From 501 to 600, none other than the Camaro ZL1, 580 horsepower, $55,000 altogether, and it costs you about $95 per horsepower. In the 600 plus category, the winner is no one else other than the 707 horsepower Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. The Hellcat costs 58 grand roughly, and it's going to get you about $81 per horsepower. If you notice, there's a trend here. It's it's American, because all the winners are American companies. So be proud to be American, because America is the king of horsepower. So we talk about the latest sports cars and horsepower and all that good stuff, but I think I might have found the coolest car that we've ever covered here on P&D. Are you ready for it? Well, here it is. How cool is that? Yeah, you're looking at a real-life sized little Tikes car that is street legal. Built in 2013 by English mechanic John Bittman and his brother Jeff, it took them 1,000 hours to make and 6 grand out of their pocket. They call it the Big Tyke. And yes, 100% street legal. This iconic chassis is formulated after the same little Tykes that you probably joyrided around your neighborhood when you were a little kid. I know I rolled a few of those myself. The only difference between the ones I drove and this one is this one does 70 miles per hour and takes gas. Apparently the plan was to build this insanely cool ride and rent it out because everybody loves it. Unfortunately, I guess not that many people loved it. At least they didn't want to pay for it, because in the past 2 years, they've only rented it out a handful of times. But the good news is, check this out, you can buy it. It's up for sale. The bad news is they want over $33,000, but I'm willing to make a bet. If you gave them a good offer, they might take it. Maybe PowerNation will buy it for us. You might have seen this circling around social media the last couple of days. A video surfaced of a North Texas driver swerving over and hitting a motorcyclist, injuring both people in the motorcycle. Now the driver insists that after the fact, he didn't do it intentionally, but he was bit by an insect, and that's what caused him to swerve over and hit the motorcyclist. But in the video, when asked about it, he doesn't seem too upset about the situation.
What were you doing? You hit them.
I don't care.
I got it on video too.
I don't care.
The motorcyclist was, however, passing on a double yellow line, which is also illegal, but you know, who hasn't done that before? I mean, I have. I've done a lot of stupid stuff before on motorcycles, but nobody swerved and hit me. The driver has since been arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think that the driver hit the motorcyclist on purpose, or do you think he was really bit by a bug? It's all on camera. Tell us what you think in the comments. Consumer Reports withdraws its recommendation for the Tesla Model S, the same car that they previously raved about in the reviews. According to reports, it's because of poor reliability for the $100,000 electric car. Yeah, it better be reliable for that much. This is not to be confused with the car's performance score. Consumer Reports still states that this car is the best driving performance car they have ever tested, and it actually broke the magazine's test score with a 103-point score out of 100. Unfortunately, the concern of reliability is a real issue as the company begins to age. There are reports that electric motors need replaced, onboard charging systems that don't work, and sunroofs that squeak, door handles that don't pop out. The real concern is with investors as the stock dropped for Tesla 10% instantly as soon as this news from Consumer Reports came out. The good news is, though, that Tesla has some of the best customer service in the entire world, and they will do whatever it takes to make it right. Many issues can be fixed with an online patch, but some cannot. If the reliability is fixed before the new affordable Model 3 is manufactured, then Tesla should be okay. But if the reliability carries over to the Model 3, there could be big troubles in the future for Tesla. Only time will tell. All right, everybody, it's that time. Top 5 fastest fails. And this time on Top 5 fastest fails, we're covering high-speed crashes. So let's jump into it, shall we? Coming in at number 5 is a train crash that was definitely not expected. Coming in at number 4 for Top 5 fastest fails is on purpose, but check this out. It's a Focus that they run into a wall and they take it from 120 miles per hour to 0. Take a look at what this looks like. They said when this Focus hit the wall, it pulled over 400 G's upon stopping. Damn, that's a hit. Coming in number 3 for Top 5 fastest fails is a Porsche race car that decides to turn into an airplane.
There are no departures prior to your arrival.
Sideways contact! No, he's into the wall!
Coming in at number 2 for Top 5 fastest fails is a guy that rents a Lamborghini Huracan and takes it for a joyride. Look at that speedometer. He has this thing humming, but something doesn't go exactly as planned. Now the video cuts off, but there are some pictures of what this looked like after the fact. That wasn't exactly what he was expecting when he rented that car. I hope he got insurance. And coming in at number 1 for Top 5 fastest fails is a guy getting it in a Honda. This car doesn't really look like it's a sports car, but it doesn't really fly like one either. Does that make any sense? Just watch the video, check this out. Thanks for tuning in to Top 5 Fast Fails. My name is Gannon Pritchard, and this is PowerNation Daily. For more PND, check us out on the web on PowerNationTV.com. And be sure to hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you want to see, what you like, what you don't like. Pass us around on Facebook. Get connected. Now, for more PowerNation on television, tune in this Saturday on CBS Sports at 8 a.m. and on Sunday on Spike at 9 a.m. for all the PowerNation that you guys can handle. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Drive fast, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. See ya.